Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. Today is Monday, March 25th, the last Monday in March. Easter is this Sunday. It's like time's just flying by. We had snow on Friday, like 4 or 5 inches. Some areas around us had like 12 inches. So kind of poke in on that as to if you got snow around here this weekend and how much you got. Then it cleared off on Saturday. Saturday I had my cabin fever, which was a wonderful event, a full day of stamping with all the lovely people. We had little Miss Blakely join us, who is Sandy's granddaughter, who is 4 years old. She did such a great job keeping herself occupied. She stamped on kits and made all kinds of fun things for her daddy, so that was fun. Sunday was crash day. After everything getting ready for cabin fever, well, first coming off from Sisters Retreat, the beginning of March, and then 2 weeks later going to Houston for 4 days for on stage, and then prepping for cabin fever. When I got home Saturday, my body went, "You're done." And I caught cold. I have a wonderful cough, so I'll apologize now for that. Don't have a fever or anything else, so that's all it is. And we're on the mend already. It's just I needed some extra sleep, and I got lots of it yesterday. So we are back on track. Easter is this Sunday. So it's time to do, I realized I need to get some Easter cards made. I was so focused on Sisters Retreat and Cabin Fever, which I did some Halloween, oh my goodness. I did some Easter treats as an add-on class, so I'll show you those at the end. But I figured it's time I need to get Easter cards out in the mail so they get them before Sunday. And a one-sheet wonder is the best way to do that, but we've got some added little twists onto it to make them a little fancier than just a piece of designer paper. So hopefully you will enjoy that. Let me get myself up over here so that I can be watching for your comments. I see a few of you have jumped on, and I saw a few said hello. Hi, Annette. Yeah, I am catching up on some rest. Hi, Annie. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Judy. And I'm trying to think who else I saw pop in that did not appear there. But thank you all so much for joining me. Again, let us know, what did you do this weekend? What do you have planned for the upcoming weekend? We go up to my mom and dad's and have Easter up there with them and the rest of the family, whoever can make it. So I know it's my sister and my one brother. My other brother is up there right now spending a couple days with them. So I won't get to see him, but they got a chance to. And then the kids are kind of sporadic in there as to if and when they're coming, because there's so many things going on for them to get around to see everybody. Okay, don't forget likes, comments, especially tagging and getting some other people joining us is what I love to see. Because I wasn't on last week, I decided I would do 3 name drawings out of comments from the week before. So the first one is the Festive Pearls, which are such a universal product. They can be used on so many things. And the lucky winner, and it's going to be backwards, but Sarah Mitchell. So Sarah, I don't believe I have your address. So if anybody knows Sarah, or Sarah, if you're watching, make sure that you send me a message or an email with your address so that I can pop these in the mail to you. Okay, the next one are the brass butterflies. These things I absolutely love. They've been in the catalog for 2 years now. And the lucky winner of these is Kathy Sanford. Kathy, I don't believe I have your address either. So again, if you know Kathy, or Kathy, if you're watching, make sure you send me a message so that I can get these popped off in the mail to you. Tammy scrapbooked all weekend. Oh, good. Her mom's going to visit for Easter. That's wonderful. And she had a pool day today. Aw. Glad she's having a good time, but we're not even close to pool days around here, are we? The last person is Rainbow Adhesive Dots, adhesive backed dots, and I love these. Again, with all the different colors, they are so universal to put on all kinds of things, cards or scrapbooks. So the lucky winner of that is Tammy Korzik. So Tammy, you will have these for your next scrapbooking day that you can add these onto all your projects. Okay, so those are the 3 winners for this week. Thank you. Card Sketch Challenge. You have, 6 days left to complete the challenge. We have 15 participants so far. I'm so excited for that. I would love, let's see if we can hit 20. We only need 5 more. So if you haven't done it, let's get it in there. If you have, start tagging some people in there. Let's see if we can hit 20. I would be ecstatic about that. All right, let's see. I'm just checking comments and things here. Okay, the cards right now in the card sketch, as always, are amazing. Last chance list. I emailed that out last week. Sorry. It's all of the items that are leaving from the annual catalog and the spring mini catalog. Okay. Some of the items will be on sale. Officially, the last chance list begins April 9th. But you can see it now. If there are things on there that you want, I highly recommend that you get them before the April 9th sale date, because some of those things are at amazing prices and some of the things will sell out quickly. In colors are one of them. The Sweet Sorbet, the Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, Parakeet Party, and Tahitian Tide. Those are the 5 colors that are leaving us this year. And then we're getting 5 new ones, which I'm going to quickly show you what those 5 colors are, because I have them. I got to order those when I was at convention. So they came on Friday and I hadn't even had a chance to open the box yet. So we're going to have a little sneak peek. Okay, I am going to flip you down, change it over here so that we can look down at my table. Scoot this forward. Okay, coming back up. All right, it looks like I'm way far ahead. Okay, here is the host code through the end of this week. And then next week, I will have a brand new host code. I will also be running a special next week, which I will announce next Monday. April 6th is my 20th anniversary with Stampin' Up! I'm so excited by that. So I want to come up with some fun things to do to help me celebrate that. Okay, so new in colors for the upcoming year. Petunia Pop, which is just a fun kind of orchidy pink, a little more pink than purple this time. It should blend really well with Berry Burst. And then Peach Pie. I have not coordinated yet to see what this will go with, necessarily, but it's just a really pretty soft kind of springy color. Whoops, this one's upside down. Summer Splash. There you go, Tammy. There's your pool party right there, right? It's a little bit lighter than what the old Bermuda Bay. It's a little bit brighter than Coastal Cabana. So it's just a fun summer color. And look at the 2 of those together. That's going to be fun, right? Okay, then we have Shy Shamrock. So Linda Vanderspool, there's a new green coming for you. It's kind of a different shade than anything else we have. And I have not tried it yet with Shaded Spruce to see if we get a kind of a monochromatic look from that. That could be a good combination. And then I'm so excited by this one. Pretty in Pink. We used to have a color, Pretty in Pink. It retired many years ago. And so it is kind of a returning color. I don't know if it is the exact same shade as what the old Pretty in Pink, but this one is a true pink. It's not a peachy pink. It's not a purpley pink. It is just a good old-fashioned girly pink, and I am thrilled about that. Okay, then, yeah, love the new in colors. I am thinking about doing an in color club, so if anybody is interested in that, let me know, and I will start putting things together so that it's something that you can collect over a 5-month period. Or are you like me and you just want everything all at once? Because normally I do an option on that too. So Let me know if it's something you're interested in, and I will pull it together. Okay, here's another one that is exciting to me. They're bringing in a new neutral color, basic beige, and I absolutely love this. Very vanilla. Sometimes I don't want white. It's just a little screamy. But very vanilla is very yellow, and that's not what I want either. So this new basic beige is going to cover that gap. And again, I am very excited to do card bases out of this, to do layers with this. With the new catalog, the very vanilla thick is retiring, so it will not be in the new catalog. The regular very vanilla will be, so you can use that as layers. But this is going to be a fantastic replacement for the thick very vanilla. I am just very excited by that. Also, the very vanilla envelopes are also leaving. So if you are a very vanilla lover, again, I suggest you get those because I have a feeling they may retire quickly. Okay, so Easter cards. We need to do some very quickly to get them out in the mail. And as I was looking, I came across from Sisters Retreat a few years ago. We did a One Sheet Wonder stamping. And I found the template. This is a template that Tina had designed. And I thought, okay, this works perfect. We are not going to stamp. I am going to use designer paper to just cut. So I pulled right now my favorite designer paper, which is a little Latte. And I love the sides that have some fun spring. So I took a 12 by 12 sheet and I cut it to 8.5 by 11. Okay, because that's what this one is based on. I have another piece I can use for other things, a trim piece I cut off the bottom that can be used again for something else. All right, we got to scoot some things here to make some room because I'm overlapping on things. Okay, so I've got my paper trimmer. Now I got to scoot back up here to see, and I'm out of screen. Actually, I can go this way because you guys know I cut backwards. Okay, so according to the template, it is 8.5 by 11. So the first thing we need to do is we need to cut it at 4 inches. So then we will have one piece that's 4 by 11 and one piece that is 4.5 by 11. Okay, so we're just going to cut the whole thing. Then we're going to take the 4.5 inch piece. We're going to set it off to the side. We're taking the 4 by 11 piece, and first we're going to cut it at 4 inches. So we have a piece that is 4 by 4. And then we're going to slide it over and we're going to cut it at 5 1/4 so that we have a piece that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then our remaining piece is 1 3/4 by 3. Okay. So there's those pieces. I'm going to set those to the right. Okay. Then I'm going to pull my 4.5 inch piece in. And I'm going to turn it. And I'm going to cut the first one at 4.5. So it is 4.5 by 4.5. Okay. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut it on a diagonal. This one makes no difference. There's no upside right, upside down. Okay. Now I have a piece for 2 cards. So I'm going to set those over there. I'm going to pull this back in. Again, this is my 4.5 inch. I'm going to cut it at 3.5 and set that over here. And now it leaves me with a piece that is 3 inches by 4.5 inches. We're going to cut it into 3 1.5 inch pieces. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Cheryl DeSico, I don't know if you're watching tonight, but this is a perfect one for you. I know you and your friend were doing a little One Sheet Wonder playing. Okay, so there are the pieces. This is not to size. Okay, let's see if I can get these all to show in here. Okay, then there's that, and those. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and we're going to make 7 cards out of this one piece of designer paper. Okay, I'm going to move these because I've already pre-cut another set so that we're ready to go. Of course, I did all my matte layers and everything too. Okay, so card 1 and 2 are the diagonals. Okay, so there's one diagonal, and I'll get to the other one. So then I cut pecan pie. Remember, these are 4.5 by 4.5, so I cut this 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then I cut it on a diagonal. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to adhere this piece. Ooh, it's sticky. Must be a brand new roll. Okay, and it's actually going to end up going like this, and I want it right even for this card. I want it right even with the flat edge. Excuse me. Like that. I'm going to scoot this out of the way. Okay. So then I have a piece of Calypso Coral, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/8 or 4 1/4, folded on the score line. Okay. And Peggy always likes layers. So then I have Petal Pink that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Don't glue it down yet. We are going to adhere this piece onto here, and it's going to extend over the edges. We're going to cut that off. So first, we want to put our adhesive, and then we are going to kind of find the middle as close as we can. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over, and we are going to snip those ends right off. Okay, those are garbage. Then I took another piece of pecan pie, and I cut it 3 by 3, and I cut it diagonally. So then, and I shouldn't have put that down quite yet, we are going to adhere it underneath here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put our adhesive. Again, it's going to line up flat with the edge of the Petal Pink. So we're just going to lift and tuck. Okay, we're about 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, we're about 1/4 of an inch, pretty close to the same. Okay, how cute is that? All right, then I have a piece of Calypso Coral that's 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and it's going to go on right in here. And then a basic white that is 1 or 2 by 2. That's going to go here. And then up at the top here, we're going to stamp Happy Easter. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, we are using the Excellent Egg stamp set and dies. Okay, this was a set in the catalog that is a little bit of a hider, and it's like, I don't really need that. And then I started playing with it. This is what the Easter treats packages were from Cabin Fever, and I absolutely loved it. It's fun, it's quick, it was just a lot of fun. Okay, so we are going to stamp Happy Easter up at the top here. It's not attached to the card base yet. And I'm actually, we're just going to go right kind of in the center of that. Okay. Love it. Love the little script. Okay. And I'm just kind of watching for, yeah, one sheet wonders are fabulous. Okay. We can actually go ahead and adhere this down. Get my pieces together and out of the way a little bit. My husband is upstairs putting my sink back together. We got new countertops today. So my kitchen is kind of a mess at the moment, but okay. So we're going to start with the basic white. And I used this die. I cut it out 3 times in 3 different colors. Okay, so I have Daffodil Delight, which is in the designer paper here. I did Petal Pink, and I did Calypso Coral. And as you can see, all the little pieces fall out. Okay, and it looks like I'm missing one on each one of them. Actually, I guess it's just the Petal Pink. Okay, so the pieces all fall out. That's okay, because now I have to decide which color egg I want on my card. So it's gonna go like this and like this. And then, do I want my card in Calypso, in Petal, or in Daffodil? Okay, why don't you guys comment back? Because then what we're going to do is we're going to fill in those holes with the other colors. We're going to glue those things back in there. We're going to do that, and we're going to do that. That's upside down. Okay, so what color egg do I want on this card? Do I want that one? Do I want that one? Okay, I'm going to watch for your comments. Calypso Coral, Petal Pink, Daffodil. Look at that. We got it all over. Another daffodil. Another daffodil. Okay. All right. Right now it looks like Daffodil wins. But don't worry, because we're going to have another one coming up. Okay? So we're going to adhere this down onto here. And for right now, I'm just going to move the rest of this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to use the green glue on this. Grab my trash can. Okay. And so we're just going to put some glue on there and on there. Using my grid paper to put my points so I kind of sort of get it straight. And then I can attach this onto here. Okay, now we have to decide, do we want like that? And then, oops, I got to find my other pink one. Petal Pink. I lost it. Okay. Well, I don't know what I did with it. Maybe it's still stuck in the envelope. Right? Ha, it is. Okay. And then, okay, how about that? Do we like that? And that's right, Teresa. They will all look good. All the different combinations. It's just kind of fun to see how different you can create things. Okay, let's get this one back out of here so that we can adhere it down. Okay, and then we're just going to stick that one down. And then we're going to stick this one down. And we're going to go a little longer than a half an hour tonight. That's because you missed me so much last week, right? Okay, then we're going to get this on here. Isn't that just the cutest? It's like, oh my goodness. Okay, let's get those out of the way. Let's close this up. And we are going to go ahead and adhere this flat to the Calypso Coral piece. And then, of course, dimensionals, if I can find where I put them. And no, I am not chintzy with my dimensionals. Okay, and then that's going to go on here. And I'm kind of sort of looking to kind of center it. Okay, now I'm going to add one more thing to it. I'm going to take a Calypso Coral Stampin' Write marker, and we're going to do the old-fashioned little squigglies just to fancy up that basic white a little bit. I thought about embossing it. There, how's that? There is our first card. We're going to keep these little pieces here because card number 2 uses the other half of the triangles. Okay, so this time we have a petal pink base with a layer of Calypso coral. This time we are putting our triangle up at the top. Okay, so we're going to start by adhering the designer paper to the pecan pie. And again, I'm going to put it even with the edge here, or as even as I can get it. Okay, and then it's going to go on here. But before I glue that down, we have another triangle from the first card. That's going to go here. And that one we're going to trim off a little bit too. Okay, so let's start this time with this triangle so that I don't forget. Okay, so that's we're just gonna center it side to side, line it up even with the bottom. And then we're gonna go ahead and put this one on. And again, we're gonna go even with the edge, side to side. Okay, flip it over and trim off the extra edges. And there's lots of adhesive on this one, so we need to be sure we put it right into the garbage. Okay, then we're coming on this side, and we're going to trim that one off and that one off. And get those in the garbage. Okay. So there's where we're at right now, okay? And then we're going to have this, but I want my Happy Easter. This time I'm going to put it down here on the pecan pie, okay? So I'm just going to stamp that. See, and it shows up just lovely. Okay, so now we have to figure out again. Okay, what color egg? And I think I want the Calypso this time. So then I think we're going to go a little calmer. And I think we're going to do this. And we're going to put this yellow one in here again. And then I think we're going to do this. Okay, everybody good with that? Does that one work? Okay, so let's move things. Let's just get our white piece. It's easier to work with. And I'm going to save those other pieces because I think there was one other card that I was going to add it on to. Can't remember. Okay. So how quickly I will have 7 cards to be able to pop in the mail tomorrow, so that they will arrive in time. Okay, so there's one. We're going to put our other petal pink one in there. Adhesive sheets, if I would have thought about it, would have worked great also to put on the cardstock when I cut out the eggs, because then we could have just peeled them like stickers and not had to deal with glue and get your fingers all over in it and turn everything all gluey. Okay. All right. Then, try to get some of that off. We're going to adhere this to the petal pink. And then we're going to, before we move on, let's do the same thing. Let's add. We're going to go back at the end and we're going to add some bling in it. So some of these open spots here, we're going to add a little bit of bling to. Do you guys like doing the little squiggles? I know at class, every time I do it, some of them go, oh, can you do these for me? You know there's not a rhyme or reason, you just squiggle it. Okay, now I need my dimensionals again. One in each corner. This one's not too bad, and there's some bulk in the center already, so I'm not adding it to that. That's what alcohol wipes or baby wipes are for, taking the glue off. Okay, I jumped on, but I will watch it again. Hi, Donna. Okay, whoops, I got a dimensional stuck on me. Okay, so then we're just going to go ahead and put that one right in there. How cute is that? Same card, but different. Okay, so there's cards 1 and 2. Whoops, I didn't glue it on here. Okay, card 3 used the bottom, the little piece that's 1 3/4 by 4 inches. Which you kind of go, oh, that's kind of a little piece. Okay, let's get it out here. Oops, and I just messed that up. 1, 2, 3. I gotta have a different one out here. Give me a minute. I gotta find where I put that one. There it is, I think. Nope. Well, I'll be darned. Is it this one? I got my cards all mixed up. Okay. Card number 3 uses on the template the little 1 3/4 by 4 inch. Okay. And I'm using a petal pink base. So this is going to get adhered right onto there. And yes, that's very hard for me to not have a layer underneath. Okay, let's get rid of that for now. Okay, then I cut Calypso Coral. That is 4 inches by 3 5/8. Okay, so it fits right around it. So we can go ahead and glue this one down. It's going to overlap the designer paper just a tiny bit. Then I have a piece of basic white that is 1/8 of an inch smaller. So it is 3 1/2 by 3 7/8. I stamped the Happy Easter up in the corner. I used some other pieces of the dies. So I die cut an egg, just a plain egg. Okay, we're going to put that on here. And then there's some rickrack to go on the egg. So we're going to go ahead and glue that on. And Linda, I'm going to bring my silicone sheet in. Okay, again, we're going to trim off the excess. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue across the center of it. And we can go kind of like that. Hold it for a second. And then we're going to do the next one. And we're going to put that like this. Isn't that cute? I love the white rickrack. It reminds me of the Easter dresses I had when I was a little girl. Okay, then we're going to snip that off the back. Alcohol wipes work great to take the glue, the sticky, off from your scissors. Okay, so that's going to go on here with dimensionals. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put it kind of at an angle. And then I did one of the little bunnies, and I colored it with the pecan pie Stampin' Blend. And then there's a die that cuts him out. We're just going to add him with a dimensional down at the bottom here. How cute is that? Okay, there's card number 3. All right, card number 4 is the piece that is 4 by 5 1/4. So I used a Calypso Coral card base. Okay. And then this is just going to get adhered straight on there. Again, no layer underneath. My seal seems extra sticky tonight. Okay. And then I took Pecan Pie, Petal Pink, and Basic White. The Basic White, I stamped the Happy Easter, and then I stamped the little bunny 3 times and colored him in. So it's going to take up a little bit of real estate on our designer paper. So we're not seeing quite as much of that. And again, you can make these any size. Depends on what your greeting is. If you have a bigger greeting, you'll want these pieces a little bigger. So I started with the Basic White. And what I actually did is I stamped the Happy Easter. And then I just kind of eyeballed out the bunnies. And then I cut my Basic White piece down. Okay. We're going to, of course, put this on with dimensionals. And one more there in the center. And boom, there's card number 4. How cute is that? Just very simple, but adorable. Okay, now we are on to card number 5. That is the piece that is 4 by 4. Okay, and I have a Petal Pink card base this time. And so here is my 4 by 4 piece that fits right on there as a border. So then I took Pecan Pie to put beside it, but I embossed it. And I don't know if you can see. This is with a new set of embossing folders called Fun Patterns. They are an online exclusive that started the beginning of March. Let's find my cheat sheet. Whoops. Okay. It's a set of 2. They're the kind of 3 by 6 size. It's $9 for the set of 2. And again, they're not in a catalog. It's an online exclusive. So you always want to make sure you go check those out. But this embossing folder is to die for. To me, it's almost a female and male type embossing folder. You got the adorable little daisies, and then you have the little geometric shapes that can work for lots of different things too. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put down our Daisy Pecan Pie. And we're just going to leave a border. And then we're going to adhere our designer paper, which is a square. Remember, this is the 4 by 4 piece. So that's just going to line up there. We're going to make sure that it's at the edges of our embossed piece. Okay. And then I did my Happy Easter with a layer of Calypso Coral underneath it. And once you have the basic down of the One Sheet Wonder, again, these pieces can be all different sizes depending what you're doing with them. I did 2 bunnies, so we're going to put a bunny on each side of that, and I think I'm going to do these bunnies flat with no dimensional because we will dimensional the word itself. Okay, we're going to come right over the edge. And again, we're going to come right to there. Okay, get my dimensionals again. This time I can get away with 3. Yeah, these embossing folders. If you don't have them yet, put them on your list because you are going to want them. Okay, so there is card number 5. We only have 2 left. Okay, card number 6 is the piece that is 3.5 by 4.5. Get my envelope out of the way. Okay, we are starting with a Calypso Coral base. That's why they're on opposite sides, Linda. Okay, and so it's like, nope, I got to have my layers this time. Okay, so I've got Petal Pink, and I've got Pecan Pie. And if you didn't know, that's what these little lines are in here. There's some Lost Lagoon and some Pecan Pie. Okay, so that's going to be our card base. So we can go ahead and layer these together. See, not too bad. We're at 40 minutes after I showed you a bunch of things, and we only got 1 card left. It's pretty good. Linda, you could get that designer paper out. You could be making cards like crazy. Okay, there's our card base. Then I took the egg stamp and I stamped it with Memento. I colored it with the Stampin' Blends, and then I die cut it out. I stamped my Happy Easter and then a layer of Calypso Coral. Again, I went just 1/8 of an inch, so it's got just a small border. Okay, I'm not going to adhere it quite yet. We're going to put dimensionals on, and our egg's going to go on there with the Happy Easter right around it. Okay, Linda's loving the card layouts. Good. Okay, I want one more in there. Okay, and I think I'm going to go ahead and glue the Happy Easter down right about there. Okay, we're going to come in from the edge a little bit. How about like that? Okay, another fun, cheery designer paper is doing the work. Okay, our final card, number 7, and that uses the 3 rectangle pieces that are 1.5 inches by 3 inches. Okay, let's get these pieces out of the way. So there's our 3 pieces. I did a Petal Pink card base. And then, oh yay, Annie, I'm so glad you're liking these. Okay, so I have Pecan Pie layers that each of these go on. So let's go ahead and put these on. And the funny thing is, this is such springy paper, nobody knows there's coffee beans underneath there. Okay, we've got just 1/8 of an inch border again, just a tiny little border. That's the kind Sandy loves. It's just those little itty bitty borders. Okay, we're on there, and then one more. And as I started working, then I did Peggy style again, and I just kept adding layers because I wasn't getting the look I wanted. Okay, so I kind of started like this. It's like, well, no, that's just not quite doing it. So then I started with a Calypso Coral down on here, and then a layer of Petal Pink, and then we have our Pecan Pie with our designer paper. Okay, that pulls it all together for me, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere these down. We've got just small little borders, not quite 1/8 of an inch. It's more of a 1/4 of an inch. Okay, then this one. And then this one. Okay, and then we're going to adhere this petal pink to the Calypso Coral. Oops. See, I gave it a 1/4 inch border this time. And then that goes on right even with the edges. We're giving it about the same top and bottom border. And you know your grid paper works great to do that, right? Okay. Then I did a Happy Easter banner. I used the banner punch to do the end. We're going to adhere that to Calypso Coral. Okay. And then again, we have a little bunny to stick on the end. So we're just going to adhere him right onto the end there. And then we're going to add our dimensionals. And put that right across the center. And there's our 7th card, right? Okay, so let's see. And I got to make sure I can see on the screen here to make sure I'm getting them all in the picture. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can't even get them all on the screen, can I? Okay, there we go. Then I thought we would use the iridescent pastel gems, which are in the colors. And we have some little ones, we have some bigger ones. So we're gonna grab these more clear ones and we're gonna add some of those to this egg right across the center. Okay, then let's add a couple of smaller ones right there. We're going to pull in a little bit of that Lost Lagoon. And when I do that every time, to me, it looks like a face. I have a hard time looking at that. Okay, then let's take a bigger one and add that onto this one down here. And how about a little one there, a little one there, and maybe, oops, a couple little ones in there. Let's add some of these over here. See, this is why we like the bling, because boom, just like that, your card comes alive. That one looks like a little chick. Okay, now we need some on there. I think we're going to go with the darker. And how about the big ones up in the corner? And I know normally you're supposed to do 3s, but okay, we need a little on here. Tell you what, let's add centers to our daisies. And we can overlap this one right here. Okay, I think that will do. Okay, so there are our 7 cards. I will post the template again so that you have the measurements and everything to be able to make them. Again, if you're one who works way ahead of me and you already have your Easter cards out, how about May Day? How about April birthdays? Any of the paper you can pull out and you can do just really fun cards. You could do just greetings, but with a stamp set or a bundle, you can quickly make these cards phenomenal with not a lot of extra work, right? Okay, you want to quickly see the Easter treats that we did this weekend? Okay. Again, we used the Excellent Egg. And so this first one is just a marshmallow bunny. Inside, it's just wrapped around, so it's very sweet and simple. Then we have, I'm trying to get them all pulled over here. There's that lovely egg again. And our box opens up. There's no bunny like you. And inside, they got a little box of dominoes. It's got Velcro to hold it shut. And then this was a fun one. Again, we used the big egg with the rickrack. And then it's got a little pull. And it's got little watercolor sheets in there for them to play with. And then we had a fun little box that had a little itty bitty Play-Doh that smells like cotton candy. I'm not sure that's a smart thing. But there we did the piecing of the egg. And then the last one is an easel box. So it pops up. And then inside we have a memory game. So again, let's see, there's an on-off button. And so it gives the kids something to do, drive the adults all crazy. Uh-oh. As they sit and play that, because you can't turn the volume down. But that was a fun one to be able to do. I've done this one a few times, and it's just a fun box to make. And apparently it's got a little bit of a difference there. So those were the projects that those who did the add-on Easter class got to make. So they are ready for Easter with some little gifts that are not all candy. I don't know about you guys, but that's a good thing, right? There's a couple others that I did for on stage when I went to convention. And there's a caramel egg inside, just a quick little box, kind of a matchbox-ish. And then just like the domino box, decorated different. And then inside here we have a peanut butter egg. So lots of fun little ideas, kind of last minute, just before Easter, to keep everyone going. Okay, that is it for now. Everybody have a fabulous Easter. And I will see you on Monday, April Fool's Day. See what kind of fun projects we can come up with. Maybe some little sneak peeks at some of the new stuff coming in, or maybe a farewell to some of the things leaving us. So everybody have a very happy and very safe Easter, and I will see you all next Monday. Bye-bye.